Today's recipe is going to be what we consider goulash here at our household. It was a recipe that was given to me by my brother-in-law around the time of my first daughter being born, and here's the ingredients that you need. So what you're going to need is about a pound of ground beef, then some frozen vegetables of whatever really your choice would be. We tend to get these that have the peas and carrots and corn and green beans. Then some tater tots and some cream and mushroom soup. So we preheat the oven to 425 for the tater tots. This will be our first step. I usually make up the whole tray of tater tots, even though you don't necessarily need all of them for the recipe. It's always nice to have a few extra tater tots around because then you can always just pop them. And our next step is to brown the meat thoroughly. So we're going to go ahead and heat this up. The packaging recommends that you cook the regular tater tots from like 28 to 32 minutes. So I start cooking them while the preheating is finishing up, maybe about 3 minutes left of preheating, and then I set it for the maximum time. That usually ends up pretty good. And of course you could use any of the regular things like the crispy crowns or any of those types of tater tot style potatoes. You don't necessarily have to use the full tater tots, but they do tend to work out really well to use the full tater tots because you'll see they kind of break up inside the mixture. Then we go ahead and open up the soup. And you're probably aware that you add a full can of water to the mixture as well. And then we'll just let this simmer on low heat until you're basically ready to mix the elements together later on. Right about the 10-minute mark is the good time to throw your veggies in the microwave, because it is going to take about 7 minutes to cook those up. And at this point your meat should be completely cooked through. The soup is still simmering in the back there, and so you can turn the heat off of the meat for a while and wait till the vegetables and the tater tots are ready. So at this point the tater tots are almost ready, as you can see. Timer is going to beep in a few seconds, and I am going to add our vegetables carefully. Alright. And then once we've added the vegetables, then now we could just pour the cream and mushroom soup over top. Again, be careful that you don't spatter yourself. Now we'll turn the heat back on. And mix this up here a little bit, just so the meat can get all the moisture. You don't have to use this much soup if you don't want to, but again, once we add the tater tots, it'll soak up a lot of that as well. So then with the tater tots, you can form a bed at the bottom of the bowls that you're going to be serving them in. And then all you do is grab a little spoon kind of thing and dole out the mixture onto the tater tots. And like once the tater tots are completely covered, then that's basically where you'd leave the dish. A lot of times I'd go ahead and serve it with a spoon, and you can mash up the tater tots if you want as you're eating it. It's really up to you. And then any of the leftovers that you have, it's a really easy thing to go ahead and microwave when you want to have a snack later on. So if you like this recipe, click the like button. If you really like the recipe, click the subscribe button. This has been one of RP37's recipes.